she's not here. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to shout in your ear. Yes, so you get back to me on that. I'm coming! Oh, I did it twice. All right, bye-bye. Good. That's settled. Coming!
Well, you called for help, so here I am.
I love that suit. Oh, who's the designer?
I don't know. Check it out. You like it? I love what you have on. You can borrow this anytime.
Oh, I will.
You look mighty pleased with yourself.
Well, I had a rather unfortunate encounter with Vicky.
Really? So where did this unfortunate encounter take place? Wait. Let me guess. The mud wrestling pit out at Knockers out on Route 19.
Close. The fitting room at Logan's.
So what was it about? As if I didn't know.
Please. It seems as though the serialization of my novel, In the Sun, has, well, put Vicky's aristocratic, always up in the air nose just a titch out of joint.
Well, don't they have doctors for that sort of thing these days?
She threatened me.
No.
Yes. Threatened me, moi.
With what? A clothes hanger, a safety pin?
Unspecified retaliation.
The nerve.
Yes. It seems as though if I go ahead with the publication of my book, an utterly harmless, albeit madly passionate, hot novel, Vicky is going to do who knows what. And knowing Vicky, I'm sure she intends to do just that.
Who knows what?
Exactly.
Well, you know what? Let her. She's threatened me too, and she's probably going to use every legal avenue available to her to stop the publication.
You're right. Let her, because then I will be forced to do everything that I can to make sure that all of her efforts, no matter how colossal, are utterly in vain.
That sounds pretty unpleasant.
Yes. I'm afraid I got very angry, and I spoke rather hastily. In truth, I would prefer not to have to resolve this matter with Dorian in court.
Unfortunately, Vicky, legal action may be your only way of stopping that book from being printed.
Book? It's not a book. It's garbage. It's trash. It's a thinly veiled autobiography in which she slanders my family.
Dorian has been covering her tracks. I mean, every time you turn around, you're bumping into one of her disclaimers. And she's altered actual events just enough so that it looks like her book is fiction. So even with legal action, you may not be able to stop that book from being published unless...
Unless what?
Unless you're willing to be pretty aggressive. I mean, pull out all the stops.
Oh. Well, what do you mean?
Come on, my little buckaroo. You and your grandpa are gonna sail your boat in that little pond over there.
Madam, please. This is most awkward.
I know, Nigel. I just don't know what else to do with him.
As you know, madam, I remain devoted as ever to Mr. Buchanan, and I, too, am concerned about his mental confusion. But, madam, this is more than I believe I can bear.
Please, try to stay calm, Nigel. I'm sure that this condition is only temporary.
Where's my adorable little grandson?
Please, Nigel, please. Please, Nigel. Please.
You really think I'm that stupid? You're gonna have to work a lot harder to get rid of me.
Okay, look, I wasn't come on. If you were me, wouldn't you? I gave it a shot, all right? Look, I don't know who you're working for, but if you kill me, you just try to remember that the jury likes to enforce a death penalty when it comes to cop killers.
Well, I'm gonna be real sure I don't get caught. Now get over there.
Okay, you, get over there with your buddy. Come on, move it, move it.
The lady gave you an order. Now do it. Come on. Do something stupid. Give me a reason to break your neck. Now turn around.
The radio.
Are you okay?
Yeah. Look, I got a radio for backup. I just hope it's not broken. This is Mobile 8 requesting a 614.
Mobile 8, roger. What's your position?
The Flynn Brickner warehouse on Dock Street.
Flynn Brickner Warehouse, roger. Backup unit on the way.
Are you sure you're okay?
Yeah. How did you know how to find me?
When I found out you hadn't shown up for work, I got all my boys out on the street looking for you. Mrs. Ramirez said she saw you leaving with these two losers and spoke up. What happened?
Nothing. Look, they just wanted to play, games, humiliate the females, stuff like that. That's fine. It was... Come on. I got a backup on the way. I want this collar to be clean. Believe me. These guys are gonna pay.
Whose money's in your pockets? Huh? Who paid you to do this?
Some guy, we don't know who.
Shut up. Is that him, huh? Is that all you know? Who paid you? And what does he look like, huh? You don't know?
Really, man, we got no idea.
don't know, man. No, you don't know. But I do. Oh, my God. This is all my fault.
What exactly do you mean by more aggressive?
I'm just suggesting that if legal action is not going to stop Dorian's book from being published, that we might have to resort to another method.
Like what?
Well, it would require money and ingenuity. And I don't think that this family is lacking for either of those, do you?
Excuse me. To be continued, all right? Hello, Elliot.
Hello,
Come in,
Vicky.
please. Oh, you met Cord, I think. Cord Roberts, Dr. Elliot Durbin.
Sure, it's nice to see you again. Vicky, it is so lovely out tonight. What would you think of having our session in the park?
Thoroughly unconventional.
Well, so I'm a little unorthodox. What do you say?
Absolutely, why not? Will I see you later?
Yeah, I'm going to be around for a while. I need to talk to Tina about a thing or two. Good to see you again, Doctor.
It's good to see you, Cord. You seem a little preoccupied. Anything wrong?
Of course. Isn't there always something wrong? Well, I tell you what, it's a feud, an old feud that I thought was dead and buried, and it's alive and kicking.
That sounds unpleasant. Maybe I can help.
I just got off the phone with Arthur Vandenberg, and he's agreed to move heaven and earth to push forward the publication date of my book. And believe me, it's not going to go unnoticed. I'm planning this fabulous party to publicize the event. That's why I wanted your help, that is. Unless you're so busy hammering wedges between Patrick and Marty.
Well, my wedge hammering is not nearly as much fun now that Marty has abandoned Patrick to take care of Dylan.
What do you mean, take care of Dylan?
What, you didn't hear about his accident? He had something to do with his spine.
His spine? That doesn't sound good.
Well, it isn't. He may never walk again.
Oh, that's absolutely awful.
Yeah, it is.
Well, there's always good news, isn't there? This means if your little pet project has temporarily run out of gas, you're going to have a lot more time, and you can help me plan this party.
Dorian, you know, I really hate to dwell on the obvious here, but haven't you, like, alienated everyone in this whole town?
Only the Buchanans. Please, my family is going to be right there at my side. I mean, this is the dawning of the Kramer Empire, for goodness sakes. Of course, you'll be there, won't you? And Cassie, although she somewhat disapproves, Cassie will be there.
Well, I do think we're missing one person. How about Kelly?
What about Kelly?
Dorian, she seems not too happy with your book, you know.
I had a little chat with Kelly, and I think she's going to come on board.
Really? Well, you've got to tell me how you managed that one.
It is amazing, the effect of a really expensive, stunning outfit on that girl's temperament, truly. But I think that she's recognizing that, you know, we are, after all, her family, and we are where her loyalties properly belong.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Hello, Carlotta.
Oh, hello, Mrs. Manning.
Carlotta? This lateness is really getting to be a habit. I mean, honestly, ever since you bought that diner, I do not know when you're going to show up.
I know, Mrs. Lord, and I truly apologize. In fact, I wanted to talk to you about that very subject.
Fine. I have a great deal I need to talk to you about. I'm giving
Yes,
a really big party. I need you to make your fabulous hors d'oeuvres.
Yes, but what I wanted to say is that...
What I want you to say is a few words to that new gardener and his crew. I cannot make myself understood.
Yes, Mrs. Lord.
And the grounds must look immaculate.
Mrs.
I'm going
Lord.
to set up a tent.
Please listen to what I came to say, do you?
Well, of course, Carlotta. You know, I always take the time to listen to whatever you have to say.
I'm quitting.
Look, I am glad you're here because I have some major, major news.
Oh,
And
great.
I want you to be the first one that I tell, because had it not been for you, this may not have happened at all.
Oh?
Yes. Do you remember when I was yelling at you because you were telling me I should be doing something more with my life?
I remember you yelling at me, but I never said anything like that, Tina. I just merely suggested
All right,
that
but
maybe
you were
should try-
absolutely right.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that just because I like to hear it?
You were right.
Oh, thank you.
I do need to take my destiny into my own hands, and I do need to follow my passion.
That's bliss.
Yes, exactly. And I think I need to follow my passion, and it's where it's meant to be, which is bliss. And you know what the incredible thing is? It was right there at my fingertips the entire time.
Tina, that is great. So what is your bliss?
My passion.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
As if you didn't know. Shopping.
Shopping.
Oh, hell, son. It wasn't your fault the boat sank. And don't you worry. Your grandpa will buy his little buckaroo a new one, okay?
Oh, thank you, sir. Grandpapa.
Oh, look. Look at the pretty flowers. Let's pick some for Grandma Renee.
Oh, yeah, goody.
Are you insane?
God, have I missed you?
Well, miss me some more. Carlo, please let go of my hand.
Come on, Alex. You gonna pretend you didn't miss me, too? That you're perfectly content taking care of the sad fool your husband has become?
Hey, so what was that you were saying earlier, that this was your fault?
This was a message from Carlo Hesser. They didn't want your money, right? They didn't know you were a cop until they found your badge, right? These two goons were sent by Carlo Hesser to keep you out of sight for a while.
He was sending you a message? For what?
Because I don't want any part of his business.
Maybe. We can't jump to that kind of conclusion. Maybe he was sending the message to me. He got really ticked off when I questioned him about what happened on the boat. Or maybe these creeps aren't even Hessers after all. I mean, you know, I have made other enemies since I've been in the force.
All right, let's go.
Listen, you guys, I'll go ahead and make a statement when I come down to the station, all right?
Whenever you're ready.
Great.
You're shaking, Andy.
Sorry, it's just adrenaline.
I don't think so. Why don't you let me take you over to the hospital so that they can check you out?
No, look, I'm fine. I just want to go home.
Okay. Then let's get you home. Are you sure you're all right?
See, the thing about Dorian is that she has always gotten anything she wants. So it's very hard to get her to slow down and listen to reason.
Vicky, what do you want to happen?
Well, I think it's more what I don't want to happen.
All right. What don't you want to happen?
Well, I don't want Dorian to get rich and famous and have the satisfaction of publicly humiliating me and my family. At the same time, I realize that this novel of hers purports to be a work of fiction. So legally, there's not a thing I can do to stop it. I would simply waste a lot of money and lose.
Any other options?
Yes, Cord said something about taking more aggressive action. He didn't give me the details. But deep inside, I have a feeling that is not the right thing to do either.
Why not?
Because I would then have to engage the enemy.
And you don't want to engage?
No. No, I want it all to just go away. I want it to be dead and buried the way it was before.
But you just made it very clear that it's not dead and buried. As I understand it, it's very much alive. At least in Dorian's mind. Vicky, why don't you want to engage? Why are you afraid of the situation?
Look, if I confront Dorian about this book, it's going to be a very public battle.
Oh, yeah. I get the feeling that Bland View doesn't like to turn a blind eye to a good scandal.
No, it doesn't. And I'm just afraid that during the course of the battle, a lot of very unpleasant memories and feelings are going to be dragged up.
I can understand your reservations. But let me remind you of a couple of things.
By all means.
Your feelings, in and of themselves, can't hurt you. And you know that. I can understand how your anger at Dorian, which showed up as very volatile in almost all of your alters, that could be frightening and dangerous. But this anger is not a ghost from the past and all of its horrors. This anger is present. From what you told me about Dorian's book, you have every right to be furious with her. And if I were in your position, I would opt for tarring and feathering.
Well, a very appealing notion. Is that your professional advice?
No. But I do think it'd be therapeutic for you to act on this. To engage, as you say. To try to stop Dorian from doing any further damage. Whatever it takes. And believe me, I will be behind you every step of the way.
Quitting? Carlotta, you can't quit.
Mrs. Lord, I'm very sorry to do this to you right now, but I really need to leave as soon as possible.
Well, you can't. I won't let you. I mean, Carlotta, you know how much I depend on you. And what with my book about to be published?
I know, Mrs. Lord, and I knew this would be a very, a large inconvenience to you right now, so I took the liberty of arranging for a replacement. A friend of mine from the neighborhood, Alba Santiago, she's wonderful. I would take the time to train her myself, that is, if you're interested.
Well, you know what, Dorian? I have used Alba, and she's wonderful. She'd be a wonderful alternative for you.
I don't want an alternative. I need Carlotta.
I'm so sorry. But I've really come to see that I just can't handle the pressure of 2 jobs. My sons have their lives to live, and I can't have them working in and day out in the diner. If I'm going to make a success of it, I have to take over their shifts and really become more of a full-time manager.
How much?
How much, Mrs. Lord? For what?
How much to buy the diner and take it off your hands?
Would you please mind your own business? And no, my husband is not a fool. And no, I did not miss you.
The man has lost his senses.
Well, this is certainly not the time to have this discussion. I'll call you.
I look forward to it.
Oh, flowers.
Darling, where's Nigel? Why don't we go find Nigel, okay?
Okay, Hessa. You made your point. Now here's mine. Your little lesson got out of hand. The apes you sent to scare me almost raped and murdered Andy Harrison. God only knows what would have happened if I hadn't gotten there when I did. Now they're behind bars. And it's only a matter of time before it points straight back to you.
There's no proof of that.
I know what I know. Whether there's proof or not. And if you ever decide to do something like that again, you better know this. If anything, and I do mean anything, happens to Andy, you're a dead man.
The diner is not for sale. Yes, money is tight, but I know that I can make it a success. I just need to devote more time to it.
Would you excuse us, please? Sure. Carlotta, I thought that we were more than just employer and employee. I thought that we were friends.
Oh, Mrs. Lord, the feeling is mutual. I care about you a great deal. You've been always so good to me.
How can you possibly abandon me this way? Carlotta, at least tell me you'll stay till after the party. I mean, this book means the world to me. Don't you understand? This could be the beginning of a whole new world for me. A way to recover from the humiliating ordeals of the past few years. Carlotta, por favor. Please, 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 please. Say you'll stay and help me.
All right. You win. Como siempre.
Oh.
Thank you for your advice. I really was very hesitant about a full-blown confrontation with Dorian, but what you said has put it into a much better perspective.
You are a strong, brilliant, beautiful woman with the means to fight back.
You're flattering me.
Vicky, go ahead and give Dorian hell. Use everything you have in your arsenal to get her. Go ahead, do it.
Well, I will take your very unorthodox advice under advisement. I have to say this to you. It's along the lines of a confession, I guess.
You don't want to speak to a priest?
No, you'll do.
Okay, go ahead, confess away.
I'm sure that you must have sensed that I had very grave doubts that this was going to work out. In my book, Susanna was a tough act to follow.
Yes, I know. She's an extraordinary therapist.
But I think it's going to be fun.
Cool.
Cool. Cool.
I mean, I'm very happy to hear that.
Could we get out of here, please?
Why? Who's that man?
There's somebody I'd rather not deal with right now. I'll save that story for another session.
Sure, let's go then.
Oh, look, Tina, I may be a little dense here, but what exactly does shopping have to do with this career crisis of yours?
All right, I'm going to explain. Let me start from the beginning. Hold on. I had the most amazing day at Logan's today. I don't know exactly how it happened, but there I was in the women's department, and I was helping them pick out clothes, and I just knew. You know?
Not really, sorry.
Well, I just knew what different people ought to be wearing. You know, it's like all my psychological expertise paid off, and I could just look right into women's psyches. And I just knew what they ought to be wearing. Like, for instance, there was a woman, she was all emotionally blocked.
Yeah, and that's a bad thing, right? So you told her to wear
I told her to wear some bold, vibrant colors
Right.
and some strong, dynamic shapes to help bring out the raging animal she had inside of her.
Oh, I see. You let that raging animal go right there in Logan's. Huh?
Of course, yes. As a matter of fact, she took my advice. She went into the change room, came out, and she was a totally different woman. And the next thing I knew, the Logan sales manager came up to me, and she told me that I would have a brilliant career as a personal shopper.
No kidding. Tina, that's great.
She told me she's never met a person with a greater gift for persuading people to buy the right clothes. And at that point, she said I could be a personal shopper through Logan's.
So she offered you a job right there on the spot?
Well, she told me I had to come in for a job interview, but she said if the truth be known, the job is mine if I want it.
Oh, Tina. Oh, that is good. It is so good to see you this happy. Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You know, Buckaroo, I think I can fix your little boat.
Asa, I'd like to have a private word with you.
Why is the medic from the hospital still hanging around here?
Medic?
It's bedtime for you.
Yes, sir.
Now, go brush your teeth, put on your PJs. I'll be right up.
Very good, Grandpapa.
Are you sure you don't remember who I am, Asa?
I know I should, ma'am, but I just don't remember your name.
Maybe this will remind you.
Oh, I told you to quit that. My wife is very jealous. She could come in any minute. Now, I've got to put that boy to bed. Oh, by the way, why were you talking to that morgue attendant in the park?
Morgue attendant?
Yeah.
He isn't a morgue attendant. He's someone that I used to know.
Andy. Andy? Where are you? Andy. Can I come in there with you? Are you okay?
After you left, I came in here. I was gonna get in the shower. Suddenly, I was afraid.
Sorry, I had no idea. I shouldn't have left.
I didn't want to take my clothes off. I want a shower. I need a shower. But I feel so safe here. God, what is wrong with me?
It's okay now.
I did everything I know. I did everything. I tried to play along. Everything I know, everything I trained for, it didn't mean anything. They still would have raped me. It was to see their eyes smell their breath.
Carlotta has been dispatched with the last of the invitations.
Oh, good. Now the fun can really begin. Care to place any bets?
About what?
About who's going to have the guts to show up.
Can you believe this? What a piece of work. Dorian has the nerve to invite you to a publishing party.
Do you need any further inducements to engage?
No, I think this is sufficient. Cord, earlier you mentioned something about being more aggressive.
Madam, this just arrived.
What is it?
A publishing party given by one Dorian Kramer. Yes, madam, doesn't need to be bothered with this right now.
No. I'm much too upset about Asa.
As am I.
Nigel. Earlier, I thought I noticed a moment of lucidity in Mr. Buchanan. Have you noticed anything like that?
No, madam, I can safely say I've seen no such thing. In fact, I was just now subjected to being tucked in while he crooned, as a lullaby, mind you, "Get along, little dogies." You ask about clarity, madam, there is none. Nothing to so much as suggest Mr. Buchanan hasn't gone completely, totally, and utterly round the bend.
I'm not so sure, Nigel. I'm not so sure.
You swore to me you handled it. The two raving lunatics you hired were failures twice over. First, they went too far, then they were stupid enough to get caught.
Caught? You mean by the 5-0?
They are in custody while we speak.
Are they talking? Did they mention my name?
I have no idea what they said.
You gotta help me out. I mean, I was working for you.
Get out of my house!
supposed to be like this. I'm supposed to be able to handle it.
Andy, maybe you got a badge, but you're still only human. If you're scared, then be scared. Don't get down on yourself. You're entitled to feel how you feel.
I feel fine. I'm okay. I'm sorry. I didn't need you.
No, it's okay. I'm sorry. I moved too fast. I'm sorry.
You saved my life today.
Then we're even. I'm never gonna let anything happen to you. I can't ever lose you. Let me help.